Welcome to the second class of chemistry. Today we will study about solubility. Solubility, it is the maximum amount of a substance that can be dissolved in a specified amount of solvent. In this chapter, we will consider two types of solutions. First is solution of a solid in a liquid, and second is solution of a gas in a liquid. If we talk about the solution of a solid in a liquid, here the solubility depends upon nature of solute and solvent, and second is temperature. About nature of solute and solvent, there is a very popular saying like dissolves like. Means polar solutes will dissolve in polar solvents and non-polar will dissolve in non-polar solvents. For example, common salt NaCl, that is a polar solute that dissolves readily in water, which is also polar, whereas certain non-polar solutes such as anthracene, naphthalene, they dissolve readily in non-polar solvents such as benzene. Then temperature. You all have seen in your daily life that solubility increases on increase in temperature. But actually it depends upon Le Chatelier's principle. If the process of dissolution is endothermic, then the solubility will increase. However, if the process is exothermic, then the solubility will decrease on increasing the temperature. If you talk about pressure, pressure do not has any effect on the solubility of solids because solids and liquids both are highly incompressible. Then next is solubility of gases in a liquid. Almost all gases are soluble in water, though to different extents. Moreover, their solubility is greatly affected by pressure and temperature. Pressure is the most important factor, and it was verified by Henry in a law known as Henry's law. According to this law, M is directly proportional to P. Changing the sign of proportionality to equality, M is equal to Kh into P, where M is mass of the gas dissolved in a given volume of solvent, P pressure of the gas in equilibrium with the solvent, and Kh Henry's constant, and its value depends upon nature of gas, nature of solvent, and temperature. Henry's law can also be stated if we consider mole fraction as the solubility of a gas. In that case, P is equal to Kh into X, means partial pressure of the gas in vapor phase is directly proportional to the mole fraction of gas in solution. From the relation you can see Kh is inversely proportional to X, means higher the value of Kh, lower is the solubility of a gas. Now this equation P is equal to Kh into X, it is an equation of straight line. So if we plot a graph taking partial pressure on y-axis and mole fraction on x-axis, you will get a straight line passing from the origin. About effect of temperature. On heating the solution of a gas, some of the gas molecules usually expel out. This is because this relation gas plus solvent equal to solution, it is an exothermic process. So again, if we take the help of Le Chatelier's principle, it also shows that solubility of gases and liquids is an exothermic process, so it decreases with rise in temperature. This is the reason that aquatic species are more comfortable in cold water rather than in warm water. Now, some important applications of Henry's law. You all might have seen the cold drink, the soft drink bottles. Carbon dioxide gas is filled in these bottles and the bottles are sealed under high pressure. That's why when you open the bottle, since the pressure releases, some of the gas fizzes out. Second application, sea divers. They take oxygen cylinders with them, but their air in the tanks is usually diluted with helium. Because when they go deep inside the sea, the pressure is very large. So solubility is very large. Oxygen will get metabolized in the body, but nitrogen will remain as such. And when that diver comes at the surface, the same nitrogen that bubbles out from their blood, from their body, it causes a very serious disease called bends. Next application, at higher altitudes, partial pressure of oxygen is low. So the climbers have to carry oxygen cylinders with them, because due to the low pressure, the oxygen in the blood and tissues of those people, that also decreases. And low blood oxygen causes climbers to become weak and unable to think clearly. This condition is called anoxia. Now, just try this numerical. This numerical I am giving you as your homework. If you are not able to solve this numerical, then I will give you the solution in next lecture. Thank you.